Hey everyone, it's Phoebe, and I'm going to talk all about our AI features, how to access them, how to use them, and everything AI. So let's dive on in and have some fun while we learn. Okay, so I have my screen in front of me here, and this is something, if you don't have anything activated or on, this is probably what you're going to see. So you probably will see some grayed out kind of our old AI like logo and everything there. So it's going to be grayed out. If you click on it or anything, it's not going to happen. If you hover over it, you'll then get some information that's telling you like, hey, like this AI plugin, it's not activated. If you want to activate it and turn it on, you have to go to your CLO admin and do all of that. You'll see that for any of the AI features. So if I select my fabric here, you'll see over here, the magic wand is deactivated. Again, if you hover over it, there will be some guidance for you. If I go into my render window, you'll see here, it's even grayed out here. And if I go and select render, here it's grayed out as well. So anywhere that there was like the magic wand for AI, it's now grayed out. Now, you might be like, how do I get there? So I'm going to show you both how you can get there if you're an enterprise user or an individual user. So here I have my enterprise, and if I open up my individual, you'll see here, same thing, okay? So how do you solve this? Let's first start if you're in enterprise. So I'm going to open up and go to CLO. So here I'm in CLO, whoop, whoop. And you have to go to your page. So if you are not an admin, then you need to ask your admin to give this to you. But if you are an admin, listen up. You'll go to your like little self, and then you'll log in. So you'll log in, you'll go to your account page and all of that. Then you can go into, I have a licensed account admin. So I am my own like admin. So I can go into this window. I'm just going to retype in my password. And then I'm going to go to my AI Studio plugin. I'll then select this. Now what I'll see here is everything's inactive. If I want to change that, I'll go to my edit right here, hit edit, and then you can choose what you want on or off. I want all of my AI. So I'm going to turn all of this on, and then I'm going to hit save. It's going to be successful update. Now you might get a pop-up that like tells you and asks you to sign and say like, I'm okay. If like I use any of this stuff externally, like that's on me, not on CLO, and all of that stuff. So then I'll like, you might get that pop-up. I didn't because I already did once and I already said okay. So that's why you don't see it. But once that's all set, you're then hit okay. I'm going to minimize. Now, as you know, this is my enterprise login. I don't see this. That's because I'm going to have to exit. I'm going to minimize because this is my individual. And then I'm going to have to open it up again. While I'm opening up my enterprise again, let's go through how an individual would use this. So for individuals, again, you have your CLO, you're probably seeing a grayed out AI stuff. You can go here. You can even like hover over here. See? And you can say, go to CLO admin. Now this is going to go to my other admin. So I'm going to open up the other website page here. And then you're going to go to your own personal page. So here I am. You'll just go straight to AI Studio plugin right here. And then again, you can hit edit. You probably will get a pop-up at this stage saying like, hey, like you need to sign and say that you're okay with all of this. And then you can check on whichever ones you want active, whichever ones you don't. You'll then hit save, hit okay. And then again, I'll just have to exit and open this up again. And as you can see, here's my enterprise, and I now have access to all of my AI. That'll be the exact same thing for individual users as well. You just need to reopen up your CLO, and then you'll have access to anything that you turned on to be active for your AI. So that is how we activate all of our AI if you want to use it. Now, let's go into all of the different AI we have. So let's just go straight to our AI Studio here. It's in beta, just so you know. And here I have my AI Studio. It's in beta, I'm ready. You'll see all of your options right here, your features. You can also see what's new and embroidery. It's exciting, don't worry, we'll get into it. Let's start with the embroidery. Let's go from right to left. I know that's crazy, but we're gonna do it. Let's go from AI graphics generator. Let's hit try now. So how does the AI graphics generator work, you might ask? Well, it's set up how all of our AI is kind of set up. What will happen here is you're going to go and I'm gonna select, you could select image or text. I'm gonna stick with text. I'm gonna do like a pop art. I want transparency, and I'm just gonna type in lion face. I don't know. And then I'll hit generate. Look at that. I can be like, cool. I can also hit generate again, and I can say, I want another version. And then it will come up with another one. That's interesting. I can also say like, oh, pin this because I want to keep it close to this. I don't. Or I can hit random prompt so that it creates a random prompt for me. And then I can generate. If you do random prompt, just notice like content is going to change too, because it's like randomizing everything. And now I have a cool droplet. If I like this, I can then hit apply, and it will apply into my window. Here, my graphics, you'll see here graphics, and then I'll have this new graphics here. I can also see all my history if I go to this little like clock icon, and I'll see the history of all of the different ones that I've generated. I also can go into this image option, and this is new, this is cool. So I can go into the image option here, and I can say content, I want this to become an embroidery. I'm going to upload, and let's say this pineapple, and I want to change this pineapple into like an embroidery pineapple. So then I'm going to hit preview, and now I have like this cool embroidery. I can then hit apply, and again, like this will create it. I could also try another one. So let me try like kind of a, let's say like I want this to be an embroidery, this like outline. I can hit preview. Let's see. Wow, that's cool. I can then hit apply. And I can see like the history here. Again, this is the history of what I've generated, not like what I've dropped in. And I can keep going through and all of that. Now let's go to the texture stuff because I've got some cool graphics. So here I can go over to texture because I can also select my different AI options over here to the left. So I could do texture, graphic, or render. I'm gonna go to texture. And now I'm gonna have some prints created for me. So let's say I want my fabric to be a canvas. I'm gonna do a print. I'm gonna select, let's say tartan check, and I'm gonna do a pattern size 1. We're gonna talk a little bit about pattern size, don't worry. I'm gonna explain it to you, you'll understand. Let's say blue, and I'm gonna hit generate. Okay, cool. I like this. Now to show you best, I am just going to quickly, this will just help you see the prints a little bit better and the print size. So I'm just gonna add in this garment, well, this project file. And guess what? It's perfect because we're then gonna use it to render. So bada bing, bada boom. So I'm going to, this is 1. And now I'm just going to pin this because I like this. So I'm going to pin this because I want something similar. And now I'm going to hit 4 though. And I'm going to hit generate. Perfect. Okay. Let me go over to my fabric. I'm going to add a fabric. And I'm going to hit apply. So I'm going to have this number 4 pattern size applied to this fabric. And now I'm going to hit another fabric and I'm going to go to my history here. And I'm going to select this one, which was size 1 for my pattern size. And now I'm going to hit exit from history and hit apply. So just so we all know, pattern size is the size of the pattern, not like the fabric or the roll or anything like that. It's also not even the texture image. It's when you do a 1, the pattern size is going to be close to 1024 pixels. If you do 4, then it's going to times 1024 by 4, so that the size is then 4024. No, 4096 or something like that. I don't know. You can do the math, but then it's going to take the 1024 and times that by 4. And so it's closer. So like it's larger. It will still be like the image is larger, but the size of the texture is the same. And I know all those words I just said make no sense. And you're probably like, what? That's confusing. Don't worry. That's why we have visuals. Okay. So I'm just going to hit exit. And what I'm going to do is, again, this one was the 1. If I go over here to my texture and everything, I'm going to show you in transform base color map. Okay. This size is almost 6 by, let's say 14. Okay. It's 5.9 by 13.8. Okay. If I go to this one, which was number 4, this is 11 by 13, like by 14. So it's wider, but it's the same height. All right. Now, let me just apply this to, I'm going to apply this one to this. And number 4, this is the print size number 4 to this. See? This is what I mean. This is like the print itself is now 4 times larger than this print because I did a print number 4 and this one I did print number 1. So that's like what we mean by print size. Pretty easy to now see and understand, I think. It's very, very difficult to explain verbally. So I thought visuals, let's do this. Yeah, print size. Now, before we move on to our final AI, which is the render, actually we have also pattern drafter to talk about, but before we move on to pattern drafter and our render, let's just quickly talk about the graphics, because as you saw when I brought in this project, all the graphics that I created disappeared. If that is something you're like, no, that's a heartbreaker for me, this is a good workflow for you to know. If you go into your like AI studio, I can go into my graphics. Just as a reminder, again, those graphics that I created with the images, and if I go to my history, I'll see the history of all the ones that I've generated, but I won't see the history of the ones that I manipulated. So I could bring this water droplet back in, right? And I can apply and add. And then if I want to go to my image, I can then re-upload. Right? So I can go into this pineapple, upload. Say I want this to be an embroidery. And then preview. Hit apply. you're gonna get something similar the next time around, like pretty similar, right? I can again upload that other one. Hit preview. Again, this is pretty similar. Again, hit apply. Now I have it. So you can, of course, go through and then just recreate them like this, how I just did it. Totally fine. You're, again, going to get pretty similar results. So, like, don't worry too much. But if you really are, like, very passionate about something that you just created, know that you can always go into your base map, like so, here. Find this. I like to do this where I can, like, copy this and then go into my desktop and then just paste it here on my desktop, and then I'll have it, right? And then I'll always have it. I can always like bring it in whenever I want to or anything like that. So just know you can always do that. So you can always go to your graphic, go to these little 4 dots or just 4 squares, or just select the graphic, select this, right click and copy, or if you're on a PC, Control C, and then go to your desktop, Control V. Just make sure you rename it. You just gotta rename it. And then you're all set, right? So you can do all of that. It's gonna, and that's a great workaround to solve for if you wanna like make sure these are saved, right? Now, let's go into a totally new project file. I'm gonna bring in avatar, mail. Great. Now I have my mail, and what I'm gonna go into is 2D pattern drafter. Now my pattern, my AI is possible. As we all know, I can just create a shirt using my measurements and all of that if I want to, right? I can easily do that. Great. What I can also do now though is go into my AI pattern drafter, and I'm gonna go to image, and now I can use any image I want. So I can take a picture in a store, I could drop in my sketch, I could do anything. And I'm gonna hit upload. I'm gonna bring in this one, open, generate. I'm gonna minimize this and hit, I can keep, just as a reminder, this is my pattern from this generated, from this image. Okay. It's a raglan, what? I can keep editing this if I want to. So I could like make this bigger. If I wanted to make this bigger, I can also go into simple if I wanted to. And this is really nice if you have no idea what you're talking about when it comes to measurements, because it's going to automatically link a lot of measurements together. So you can just start to edit and adjust what you want to. And you can like, it's really nice. I really like the simple. It's really great for a lot of designers and also people who might not know a lot about pattern editing. If you know what you're doing in pattern editing though, go to your general. You know what you're doing. You type in those measurements. You use it to its fullest. And then I'm gonna hit create, and I'm just gonna create this, place it. And I'm gonna jump to here, simulate. There I go. Now I did make quite a few edits, and I made this much bigger if you checked that. So that's why it's pretty big. But you can, of course, like keep playing around, and I can upload other images if I want, but really helpful and useful. Now let's jump into our final AI in our AI Studio, which is our render. So here I'm going to go into my render. Here we are. I'm going to upload my target image. Great. Now I can use an image, or I can do a random prompt. There's a lot of different random prompts that you can use. I hate writing in, so that's why I really like just going through randoms. I'm not actually reading anything, so that's the problem. But I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna pick this one. I'm gonna say 30 and hit generate. It's just like if you ask me to describe a face, I want to be like, it's a face. There we go. Okay, now I can hit preview. Great. Now I can continue to adjust. So if I want to adjust the hair, you see how they kind of made the hair a little bit lighter because of the scarf wrap, the like head wrap all over it and everything. That's why that happened. I can continue to adjust like the hair. I could say refine hair if I wanted to. I have no idea what that's gonna happen, but you can hit refine and then it will refine it a bit more. You can also refine the hands and also the outfit as well. That's actually pretty cool. So let's say I also want to refine the hands. The hands look pretty good though, but you know, who knows? And I can even refine the garment. Now with the garment, you do have a slider. So you can pick like how much you want it refined or how little. I'm just at 3. Honestly, the garment looked good too. I'm just showing you the options you've got, okay? All right, cool. Now what you can do also, this is the best workflow. You start with the face and then you go into your background. Do not go the other way around. Face, then background. Then you can go into background. I'm going to just hit save because I actually really like this. Right. And now I'm in background. Now I can, of course, I can say like keywords. I like the keyword suggestions. Let's say like, I don't know. Let's do conceptual studio. Let's say mystical. Let's generate. I kind of more like, nah, she should just be like walking down the street. But we did what we did. I did what I did. We're gonna stick with it. Oh, okay. I'm very happy I stuck with that. That's cool. Now I'm gonna hit preview. Okay, that is cool. I really hope this looks great. Okay, this looks cool. I'm happy with this. And then I can hit save. I just really like that background. And of course I can like keep adjusting and playing around, right? Like if I'm like, she's a little bit too big for this, I can adjust and play around if I want to. And I can even change my backgrounds. So, I mean, yeah. Let's say city street, industrial, generate. Oh, wait. So you can play around, do tons of different backgrounds. You can do tons of different faces. You can just like keep trying a lot of things. But as you can see, this is how it all works. You can always go back to your history and see both your faces and also your backgrounds. And what's also really nice is you can check on to these and you can download these if you really like them to use at a future time. If you want to. Let me just hit select. So you can always save what you've just done and use them again if you want. That's also the same for the pattern drafter as well. If you generate images, you can save those and use it again if you wanted to. And yeah, pretty cool, right? Look at all these cool renders. And also look at all these cool AI creations. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, use that comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. There's a bunch of great videos for you to like learn a lot about CLO and everything. And thanks again so much for watching. Keep having fun in CLO.